And good evening, I'm Erin Burnett. Out front tonight, the breaking news. Horrifying new video of the January 6th assault on the Capitol. An officer attacked with a metal pole. Rioters screaming profanities at officers before rushing them and engaging in hand-to-hand combat. So this video was just released by the Department of Justice. It was actually taken by a police officer's body cam. And I want to play it for you because people are denying what happened that day happened. And it's important to show again and again the truth. I'll warn you, the video is disturbing. Prosecutors say the man you saw in the red jacket is Thomas Webster, a former Marine and a former New York City police officer. The DOJ also released this photo of Webster straddling the officer. You see them struggling over that metal pole. And then this photo showing Webster attacking the officer who is on the ground. Now, Webster has been charged with 7 federal crimes, as the Justice Department is now charging another Capitol rioter tonight with bringing a semi-automatic handgun on Capitol grounds. Semi-automatic. Just 2 days after a Republican congressman made this claim.
The propagandists claim that this was an armed insurrection, but no guns were found.
Well, they're charging someone with bringing a semi-automatic. Guns were found. Lives were in danger. In fact, 5 lives were lost. People are permanently injured, police officers. And now some of Trump's acolytes in Congress are trying to blame the officers who protected them for actually perpetrating the violence that day. Let me just pause and let that sink in for a moment. To even imagine such a twist. Well, here's Republican Congressman Paul Gosar.
The Capitol police officer that did the shooting actually appeared to be hiding, lying in wait, and they gave no warning before killing her. Question again, why hasn't that officer that executed Ashley Babbitt been named when police officers around the country are routinely identified after a shooting?
It's a pretty stunning thing to say. Republican Congressman Liz Cheney obviously feels that way. She reminded Gosar, quote, on January 6th, as the violent mob advanced on the House chamber, I was standing near Representative Gosar and helped him open his gas mask. The Capitol Police led us to safety. It is disgusting and despicable to see Gosar lie about that day and smear the men and women who defended us. But yet, Gosar is doing it, and some of his Republican colleagues are as well. They have forgotten all of that. They simply remember their fealty to Donald Trump. Maybe they have not seen the new video that I just showed you. I want to show part of it to you again. An officer, a police officer, getting attacked by rioters with a metal pole. It's shocking and horrifying, but you know what? There's no way that Gosar and others haven't seen horrifying videos like this already because we have been playing them over and over for months. Officers getting assaulted, some gravely wounded that day, people dying. And yet to people like Gosar, these officers are now the enemy? Some Republicans seem to be looking high and low, very low, for any theory to shift blame from Trump and his supporters to just about anyone else. And I mean, just hold on here a second. When I say shift blame to just about anyone else, listen to this. This new conspiracy theory that Fox News host Tucker Carlson put out there.
Strangely, some of the key people who participated on January 6th have not been charged. Look at the documents. The government calls those people unindicted co-conspirators. What does that mean? Well, it means that in potentially every single case, they were FBI operatives.
Huh? Tucker Carlson is now saying the FBI was part of the riot, guilty of assaulting America's Capitol? This is an incredible thing to say. It is incredibly irresponsible. Of course, members of Congress who refused to admit their actions and Trump actions leading up to January 6th were the real cause of the insurrection that day. And they have picked up on this new baseless theory, rushing to it. The usual suspects here. I give you Congressman Marjorie Taylor Greene. She tweets, we need names and answers about the FBI operatives who were involved in organizing and carrying out the January 6th Capitol riot. And Congressman Matt Gaetz, who is under FBI investigation over sex trafficking allegations involving a minor, even sent a letter to FBI Director Chris Wray. He sent him a letter asking how many FBI agents were at the Capitol during the siege. This is sort of like, just making something completely up and then telling people they have to prove that you're wrong, as opposed to just being told you're crazy. No, the FBI did not organize the January 6th insurrection. Officers did not lie in wait, planning to execute innocent bystanders. There was violence. It was perpetrated by the people there, the rioters, some of whom had weapons, including metal pipes. They were the violent ones, not the officers trying to defend those in Congress and the Capitol itself. Marshall Cohen is out front in Washington. And Marshall, what more are you learning about this new video, this horrible video involving that metal pole and the charges against the rioter in it?
Yeah, Aaron, good evening. So this video came out today because CNN and other news outlets were pushing in court for the DOJ to release videos like these from the Capitol riot. You're seeing it right now. The guy who's going to come on your screen in the red jacket, prosecutors say that he is Thomas Webster. He's a former Marine. He's a former NYPD cop, and this footage shows him attacking other cops on the other side of that line who were defending the Capitol. As you said, he was shown here wielding a pipe. That pipe was eventually wrestled away by the officer, but not before Webster, in the red here, you can see him throwing that cop to the ground. There are pictures of him grabbing at the officer's face. This is just one of the many brutal scenes from January 6th, and we're finally, even all these months later, starting to get a glimpse at the front lines, this brutal hand-to-hand combat from that really terrible day, Aaron.
All right, Marshall, thank you very much. Just as awful as it is, it's important to see that because, as Marshall says, there are people out there, Yates, Taylor Greene, who are denying it.